Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a look at Bitcoin SV. So I'm not going to go into great detail about this. This isn't a coin that I generally would recommend because it is a pump and a dump coin, right? It's a pump and dump coin. Let's go and have a look at the higher term time frames and I'll show you something that might be interesting. So first of all, we've got this upwards facing channel, okay? So this is good in a way because what it shows is that every time there is a pump and a dump, it finds itself overall at a higher low every time. So there's not really been, since 2019, this chart here anyway, 2019, there's not been a lower low formed, not even in the March dump, okay? So which is pretty good. That's unlike a lot of other things that we've seen. So we've not even had a lower low during that period, which is, like I say, it's pretty good, right? What we also see though is massive pumps and massive dumps. So that was a 500% move all the way back, essentially down to basically where it started. And again, what else do we have? We have a massive move, 362% move, pretty much all the way back down to where it started. And you get the idea. I mean, let's just measure this one out for fun. Massive move all the way up to 400%, all the way back down to essentially where it started. But every single time there is a higher low ever so slightly. So what we could do to try and put this into context is let's measure where the lows are and see how good this would have been overall. So if we're just measuring the lows over a period of, well, what's that, 3 years more or less, give or take, it's still up 300%, you know, if we're just measuring the lows. Now if you're able to try and catch tops on this one, you know, you could be talking significant moves. But again, you know, at this point in the cryptocurrency market cycle, you know, is that anything significant? You know, that's pretty standard, I'd say, but obviously that's massive. But we're talking about a long-term investment here. If you'd have bought back here and sold, you know, roughly around this area here at its most recent high, your money would be better in other tokens. But what I'm trying to explain here is that there's method in this chart. Okay, there's a method to it. So there is a way to trade it. I'm not saying buy it now or anything like that. You know, the time to buy has essentially passed this time round. And what we're looking at here is big pump, consolidation down to support, big pump, consolidation down to support, big pump, consolidation down to support, reasonable pump, consolidation down to support, and a big pump again. So now what I would expect to see would be a consolidation down to support. But also, you know, there's something else to bear in mind, is that at the moment the crypto market itself is, you know, looking to perhaps explode. This is an altcoin, it's a top cap altcoin. So what we really need to have a think about is what's going on with the altcoins. Bitcoin dominance, let's have a look at that. So, you know, this is going to help have Bitcoin SV do one of those super massive moves. And I mean, I know that I've already said that there's method to it. We've already pumped. This is a daily chart, by the way. We've already pumped, but some of these pumps that we have are significant and they come back down, and then they have another big pump and then they come back down, you know, so they don't take place all in one go. So this one, that was a significant move back down, some massive move down, up, down, and then back down again. So this one does have the, you know, it is possible for this one to have another big stab, but to get in at this level is risky, because if we were to break down from where we are at right now, we're talking about a 30% drop, and there's no guarantee that we will bounce immediately from there. The way that this likes to behave is over a long period of time, consolidate after a giant big move, and then bounce from this support. This support is holding strong. There's also another element of doubt in this, which is that upwards channels are, you know, inevitably at some point they're more likely to break down. So this is an upwards channel, so if it did break down, you know, it would be pretty nasty. We could be looking at some of these areas taken out again. But, you know, at the moment, yeah, I think on a long-term time frame like this, the upwards channel, it looks okay. We're beneath these levels of support here, resistance, so 210, 211, and 255. Breaking above these levels would probably break into this channel, and every possibility that we go super massive turbo bull mode and take out this high and beyond. This is a pump and dump coin, alright? But there's nothing wrong with the pump and dump coin so long as you're on the pump and not on the dump. So again, I would say that, you know, looking at this now, if you've missed the boat, there is risk. If you wanted to try it, I wouldn't advise it, because you're looking potentially at a 30% move, and if the channel breaks, even more than that. but it's a coin that's worth having on your radar because of the way that it's structured. Like I say, there is a support line here, so dancing around anywhere around these levels, has the opportunity to then do an explosive move, and I mean like in the space of a day or two, or at least a week, 100% move. So let's just say that we came down and consolidated down here. We were to pick it up around $150, came up just to the top of there. You'd catch a 100% move really quickly. So again, I like it for that. All right. It's not available on Binance. It got delisted from a lot of major exchanges, which has kept the volume not extremely low. It's very high still, considering it's not trading on things like Binance and Coinbase and all these other things. But it's not allowed it to basically hold its value. But I suppose you can look at it in terms of it is a replica of Bitcoin. Fundamentally, it's better than Bitcoin. But liquidity and volume is its arch enemy, which is why we have such big pumps and such big dumps. But it's another little tool to your tool belt. Keep this on your radar and consider purchasing it around these support levels, which are always upwards facing. Anyway, I'll leave it with you there, but thank you for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.